Good morning, students. So let's start with today's biology class. So in the previous class we have started we were discussing about phylum Vertebrata, subphylum Vertebrata and its further classes of Tetrapoda, means those who have limbs. Okay. In that we have discussed about Pisces and then amphibians. Now next class is class Reptilia. Okay. So the organisms including in this class are called the creeping vertebrates, because the Reptilia word is made from the word repair or reptum, which means to creep or crawl. Okay, so that is why they are called creeping vertebrates, which creep or crawl over the ground. Like in this includes lizards. So lizards, you can see they just crawl over the walls, and snakes are also included in this. So they just crawl over the ground. Next is creeping and burrowing cold-blooded vertebrates. So as I already told you, they are creeping type of organisms which crawls or creep over the ground or walls, and burrowing type means they live in the burrows. Okay, they are cold-blooded type of vertebrates, that is like Pisces and amphibians. They can change their body temperature according to the external environment. Next is they are mostly terrestrial, means they are generally found on land, very rare in water, and generally found in the warmer parts of the world, means they are generally found in those areas where the temperature is slight high. Okay, they are not at all found in the colder areas. Next is the skin is dry, rough and without glands. So the skin, as we have studied in amphibians, the skin was soft and slimy due to the presence of glands under the skin, but here the skin is dry and rough. You must have seen snakes, lizards. Okay, so they have dry and rough skin and without any gland. Epidermal scales or scutes are present. These epidermal scales are called scutes, that I will show you in the picture. Skin shedding is there in case of snakes and lizards. So not all the organisms including in reptiles shows skin shedding, but it is found only in some, like in snakes. So snakes, they just show molding. This process is called molding, in which they just replace the whole skin of the body. Okay, that is called skin shedding. Okay, next is respiration is completely through lungs, because they are terrestrial organisms. Then two pairs of pentadactyl limbs are present. Pentadactyl means which have 5 digits. Like us, we have 5 digits, 5 fingers, 4 fingers and 1 thumb, 5 digits in our palm and foot. So they are also pentadactyl, in having pentadactyl limbs, each digit bearing claws. So you must have seen lizard, in which you have seen the pentadactyl limbs. The limbs, at the end of the limbs, the tip of the limbs have the claws, and these pentadactyl limbs are absent in snakes. Okay, because snakes are also included in this, but they are absent in snakes. There are no limbs in snakes. Heart is, you can say, partially four-chambered, means 2 auricles are completely divided. Like this is the structure of heart, and these are the 2 auricles which are present, but the ventricles are partially divided, not completely divided. That is why they have 2 auricles and 2 ventricles, but partially divided. Only in case of crocodiles is the exception, which have 4-chambered heart. Crocodiles are also included in this, and they have 4-chambered heart, in which complete partition of the 2 ventricles will be there. Next is external ear is absent, like in case of amphibians. जैसे amphibians में मैंने आपको बताया था कि frog के head के region में there is a small tympanum or the eardrum present, which is also there in this case. No external ear is there. Next is they have separate sexes, means they are unisexual. They shows internal fertilization, and they are oviparous, that is they lay eggs, and development is direct without any larval stage. So you don't have seen any larval stage of lizards, snakes, crocodiles. So they have direct type of development. Let us now see the examples given in your NCERT book.
Class Reptilia. Class Reptilia are the first truly terrestrial animals among the higher group of vertebrates. They respire by lungs, possess integument covered with scales, crawl or creep. They are the first amniotes which lay large yolky and shelled eggs. Their embryo has extra-embryonic membranes. General characteristics. They are cold-blooded and poikilothermic animals that live on land. Some are aquatic, found both in the freshwater and marine water. Example, crocodile, aquatic, tortoise, aquatic. Body is differentiated into head, trunk and tail. Skin is dry, rough and non-glandular, usually with scales, bony scales or bony plates. The eardrum, tympanum, is small and depressed. Lungs are the respiratory organ. Teeth are present in all reptile except in tortoises and turtles. Heart is incompletely four-chambered, having two auricles and one ventricle, which is partially divided by a septum. In crocodile, heart is four-chambered. They are oviparous, except a few like snakes and lizards that are viviparous. Fertilization is internal and embryo develops extra-embryonic membranes. Two pairs of pentadactyl limbs, 5-digit limbs, with clawed digits are present. Limbs are reduced or absent in certain lizards and snakes. Example, Hemidactylus, chameleon, naja, crocodiles, tortoise, etc.
So after class Reptilia, next class is class Aves. They are called the birds. So birds are included in this. They are bipedal, feathered, warm-blooded animals. So they have feathers, and warm-blooded type of animals means they can maintain a constant body temperature. That is, they do not change their body temperature according to the external environment. Next is you must have seen birds. So the forelimbs of birds are modified into wings. Okay, so they have been modified into wings or feather, which will help them to fly, except ostrich, which is a flightless bird. So ostrich is a bird, but it is a flightless bird. It cannot fly high, so they don't have this modification. Next is hind limbs. They have scales and they are adapted for perching, walking, swimming, depending upon the type of organism, which is a type of bird. Now the skin, if you will see, the upper and lower jaws are modified into beak. So the birds, they have beak because their upper and lower jaw, they undergo modification, and beak is without teeth. So beak will be modified according to the type of food habit of the type of organism. Like it can be, it can help in crushing of food, fruit like soaring, and sometimes it can also help them to suck nectars from the flowers. So depending upon that, beak will be modified. Next is the skin is dry without glands except the oil gland, which is present at the base of the tail. So skin is dry and there are no oil glands, only one oil gland is present, which is at the base of the tail, and which is also even absent in ostrich and parrot. So in दोनों में absent होती है, otherwise in other birds there is oil gland which is present at the base of the tail. Next, endoskeleton is bony, and the characteristic feature which is found only in bird is the presence of pneumatic bones. Pneumatic bones means, if you will see the bones of the birds, they are hollow, and they are hollow means they don't have you can say they are not solid from inside. So these type of bones are called pneumatic bones. This will help them to reduce their weight, because the birds have to fly, so the pneumatic bone will help them to reduce their weight so that they can easily fly. Next is heart is completely four chambered, like in case of the previous class Reptilia, the heart was partially four chambered. Here there will be complete division between the two ventricles, so it will be completely four chambered heart. Next, the digestive system, they have special extra you can say structures which are called crop and gizzard. Crop will help them to store the food and gizzard will help them to easily crush the food as they feed upon grains and all. So this will help them to easily crush the food with the help of gizzard. Next, respiration is through lungs, but there are some additional air sacs, separated air sacs which is attached to the lungs, which will help them for easy respiration. As well as they have the larynx, that is the voice box through which they can produce the different sounds. Next, they have separate sexes, means they are unisexual. Internal fertilization, so fertilization is internal, and they are oviparous, that is they lay eggs, and development is direct, that is without any larval stage. Okay, so this is all about class Aves. Now we will see the examples. So let's see the last class of animal kingdom, which is the Mammalia, which is the most complex type of organisms, the most advanced type of organisms, and they are called the mammals. They are warm-blooded, that is they cannot change their body temperature according to the external environment. They just have a constant body temperature. Hairy, like their body is covered with hairs, and which will form the and the exoskeleton is also there, so the body is covered with hair, and the presence of mammary glands. So the mammary glands is the characteristic feature of class Mammalia, that is they have mammary glands which produce milk to nourish the young ones. Okay, so they have this characteristic feature which is found only in class Mammalia. And these are the organisms which provide the maximum, you can say, care for the young ones. Next is oil and sweat glands are present under the skin. Oil glands are called sebaceous glands and sweat glands are called so oil and sweat glands are generally present under the skin. Next is teeth. They have proper teeth and they are of heterodont, diphyodont and thicodont type of teeth. Heterodont means they have more than one type of teeth, like in us we have incisors, canines, premolars, molars. Diphyodont means there are two sets of teeth, like the milk teeth and permanent teeth in case of human, and thicodont type of teeth means they are embedded in the jaw. So you can imagine these three, we have this type of teeth. Next is vertebral column. Proper vertebral column is there with the 33 vertebrae, and they have 7 cervical vertebrae through which they have the proper movement of the neck region. So these vertebrae are present in the neck area. Next is respiration by lungs. The presence of diaphragm is the characteristic feature. Diaphragm, you have studied about respiration in human in class 10. So you know the function of diaphragm, which will help in the inspiration and expiration, contraction and relaxation of lungs. Next is heart is completely 4-chambered, sinus venosus are present. Brain is dicondylic, means 2 occipital condyles are present, and 12 pair of cranial nerves are there, which will be spreaded in the head region. Next is ear is completely divided into 3 parts: external, middle and internal ear. So external ear which has pinna and eardrum, middle ear is there, internal ear is there with the proper so that the different parts have different functions to get the proper vibrations of sound. Next is separate sexes are there, means they are unisexual. Internal fertilization and viviparous means they give birth to young ones, except only one mammal which is an egg laying mammal. That example is platypus. So platypus is the only egg laying mammal which lay eggs, otherwise they are viviparous, that is they give birth to young ones. Examples, there are so many examples of Mammalia class. So we have kangaroo, flying fox, camellus which is camel, ratus that is rat, canis that is dog. So there are so many examples of class Mammalia. So with this we are finished with animal kingdom as well as the classification or diversity, the first unit of our syllabus. Okay.